Haters want me falling down. They don't want me wearing fancy crowns. Can't they see that I be working now? I'm the Indian that you're pulling out.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about sneakers, streetwear, music, and everything in between. I'm your host Icarus, and welcome back to the show. I appreciate you guys stopping by, so don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more sneaker streetwear updates. And with that out of the way, let's get to it, man. So when you're choosing your own personal sneaker, sometimes you don't have to factor in hype or the resale price all the time. Sometimes you want to dig in deep to your own personal fashion, to your own interests, if you want to show off your personality, if you're into pop culture, sports, or maybe even in comic books. And Marvel has been a huge influence to me and my brothers when we were growing up. I can still remember playing over and over the first Spider-Man movie because we have that DVD version way back then. And it sparked our interest in comic books and comic book characters overall. And sometimes we choose our own favorite characters, and I'd always bring up Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and many more. Now fast forward to 2019 where MCU reigns supreme, Adidas actually released a collaboration with their inline basketball models with Marvel. Well, of course, I guess they would piggyback off the success of the MCU, but definitely. And I think the collection was named Heroes Among Us. I'm not too sure about that, but I'm just really jogging my memory of it. And I was so excited for this collection because none other than one of my favorite characters in the MCU, the King himself, T'Challa, is getting his own spin-off colorway with the Dame 5s. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dame 5 Black Panther. Now, this isn't the first time Marvel collaborated with a sneaker brand. I think they had a collaboration way back then with Vans. But in my opinion, the Adidas collab was really slept on, but it was very well put together because it plays on the fact that when we were kids, way back then, there are kids like me who really like comic books because it plays with the imagination of current sneakerheads out there who grew up loving comic book characters, and paralleled a lot for those kids who grew up idolizing NBA players who really think these guys are like superheroes in a way. Now, in the Heroes Among Us collection, we have the Harden Volume 3 for Iron Man, the Dame 5 for Black Panther, the Adidas Next Level for Captain America, the Adidas Marquee Boost for Thor, Pro Vision for Captain Marvel, and the T-Mac 1 for Nick Fury. And this collection actually expanded more with the Dawn Issue 1 for Spider-Man, the AM Force with Captain Marvel and Thanos, as well as spin-off colorways with the Harden Volume 3 for War Machine, and the Dame 5s for Killmonger. And with that out of the way, we're breaking down the Dame 5 Black Panther for this video. And I gotta say that the most popular colorways when this collection actually released was the Harden Volume 3 Iron Man and the Black Panther Dame 5s. And when those sneakers actually dropped on release date, I had no chance of copying it because those were already sold out. From Titan, even Adidas stores, I really couldn't find them, so I stood by still searching for my size, and thankfully around the time of my birthday back in 2019, I got this pair for a good price in StockX. And I gotta say, these things can perform. Now, starting things off from the tip, you have this textiled mesh with black triangular prints mimicking the Black Panther suit all over here in the forefoot. And I gotta say, when I put these on feet, while not being too breathable, this mesh is actually very flexible. You get a lot of what you pay for when you're asking for more mobility on your sneaker. Now, moving on to the lateral and medial sides of the shoe surrounding the midfoot part of the sneaker, we have this blacked out felt material. And in my opinion, I'm actually opposed to using this type of material to basketball models in Adidas. because it kind of feels cheap in my opinion when you just use that material all over the midfoot section of the foot, because I think felt materials on shoes should be made minimal just to give it the right accent. But I'm not complaining too much because this area is surrounded by this purple pattern print covering the black felt area to mimic the glow of the Black Panther suit, which I think is a very nice touch. Now moving into the back part of the shoe, we do have this black nylon pull tab extending all the way to the heel guard of the sneaker, with purple lettering printed on both shoes, with the left shoe having Wakanda and the right shoe having Forever, to give homage to one of the most iconic lines in the MCU as well as in the comics. Now moving into the tongue of the shoe, we are treated with a mix of mesh and synthetic leather, very padded to the touch. Now moving up to the tongue of the right shoe, we do have the silver Damian Lillard sigil right here, but the Black Panther sigil on the left shoe right here. And I really like how they did Dame's logo in silver with like some Wakandan prints in between, because it really sells that attention to detail. And as for the laces of the shoe, they come in this default flat black laces with purple aglets for its accents. Now as for the midsole, it comes in this all black midsole, and they actually use bounce tech for the day models. And based on experience, I really like how they incorporate bounce tech because it's more responsive than boost. It's not as mushy, it's actually firmer than boost, and it's a lot more responsive, so more respect to bounce. Again, with the blacked out midsole, you do have this TPU panel slapped in between the midsole and the midfoot of the shoe to give you more support on your lateral movements when you're actually playing ball. But on the medial side of the shoe, you don't have that TPU panel, but you do have the small medial wedge to help the arc of your foot with the 3M Dame signature right here. And as for the outsole, you do have a blacked out herringbone traction with some purple accents and the Adidas logo. Now as for the guts of the shoe, you do have a bright red insole with the Adidas and Marvel branding printed in white. Now as for sizing and fit, the Adidas Dame 5 does seem to fit true to size for me, because it is very well padded in the ankle as well as the midfoot section of the shoe, like it's really strapping you down. Looking back to Nightwing's review on the Dame 5s, if you're playing a 1-to-1 fit and you're a normal size footer, he would suggest going a half size down because it does have like a small room in the toe box. It doesn't bother me too much because I don't play basketball too much, because I actually use these shoes when I go to the gym or when I go to jog or for athleisure. So for me, if you're a normal size footer, it's safe to go true to size. But if you're a baller with a normal size foot, you can get away with a 1-to-1 fit on a half size down, okay? But if you're a wide footer, it can be a little tricky because this is designed to be a little longer than usual. If you want to fit the shoe without straining too much on your lateral and medial sides, I would suggest going a half size up. Because we have different types of basketball models, I would compare the Dame 5 to a Kobe sneaker since it's a lot more streamlined, it's a lot more sleeker. So if you really want to base off the sizing, I would suggest going to your Kobe size for the Dame 5s. Man, I really want to publish this video on a Valentine's Day to commemorate the day the Black Panther movie actually dropped here in the Philippines. I was so excited for it, and I actually watched it on an opening day with my girlfriend, and it became a special pop culture thing for us. And it means a whole lot more now knowing that the actor who played the Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, played this iconic character in all the MCU movies he was involved in while fighting cancer. He died fighting the disease way back in 2020, and man, you really see his dedication to this craft. In all honesty, I don't see myself parting with this pair either, being a significant reminder of my childhood, empowerment, and everything in between. It is fair to say that the Black Panther really made an impact in my life. Oof, that was a doozy, man. Well, that's enough about me, man. How about you guys? Leave a comment down below and let me know who's your favorite superhero, or what are your thoughts on the Dame 5 Black Panthers down below in the comments. Once again, folks, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to check me out on Instagram at rural.icarus right here for more sneaker, streetwear, and music related content right here on the channel. I am Icarus. Once again, folks, happy Valentine's Day, and rest in power, Chadwick. Peace.